So last time I showed you how to create values on your snowman or snow woman using a white crayon. Today we're going to work on the details, and we will be adding things like scarves, arms, and the face to our, maybe some buttons too, to our snowman. So you might want to get a pencil, and you'll definitely need a bunch of different colors of crayons. So get your supplies and let's get started. So I've got my picture here that we created last time, and what we're going to do today is we're going to add the details, and you get to have several choices about how you put those details on. But the things that you have to have in your picture are 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, a scarf, some buttons, and a hat. Now, how you make all those things, there's a little bit of choice involved. And if you want to draw with pencil first and then go over it with crayon, that would be fine. I think today, though, I'm going to start right with my crayon. I just like to do that. So I'm going to choose a color for my scarf. And what I'm going to do, the scarf would be right here at the bottom of the first sphere. And it would kind of overlap that. And it would be a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line right here and right here between the small sphere and the medium sphere. And then I'm going to, this line right here is curved, so I'm going to create a curve that goes right here. I'm covering up the bottom part of that sphere. That's okay. Now at this point you get to decide what kind of design you want to have on your scarf. It could be striped, it could be polka dot, it could even be plaid. The design is really up to you. I think I'll do some stripes. So I will go back with another color and color in between. I'm going to do a little bit of a pattern. Maybe I will do a nice orange color to fill that in. Now, I like to do a little bit more than this for my scarf because I want it to be kind of a windy day. I want to add some movement in my picture. So I'm going to add a little scarf like it's blowing in the wind. I'm going to use some curvy lines. You could just do one big curve, 2 lines that match each other. And then I'm going to put my lines in here. Whoops. Put my lines in here and then color those in. If you want to put 2 tails to your scarf blowing in the air, you can. You could do fringes on the end of your scarf, which are just these little, you just draw those by little lines. That's up to you. That's extra. You don't have to do that part. But you do need to have a scarf. So how you design, how you color that is up to you. Now, once the scarf is done, we can work on the face. And you can use whatever color you want. I think I'm going to draw my eyes with black. And you can have them looking straight ahead or maybe off to the side. For the nose, I'm going to do a carrot nose. And the interesting thing, if we are actually looking up from the bottom, our nose is not just going to be sideways like you would normally draw it. That would be if you were looking straight at it from the side. But we're looking up, which means you're going to be kind of seeing the nose go up between. So I'm going to use kind of a triangle between the eyes. Looks a little funny at first, but once you get the whole thing done, it makes sense. And then I'm going to do the mouth. Now there's several ways you can do the mouth. Usually when I build my snowman, I use little rocks for the mouth. But if you want to draw it a little differently, sometimes I do draw it differently, that's fine. Now for the buttons, let's think about this. As the buttons are going down and getting closer to you, they should change size. So what we need to do, I'm going to choose green. is make a small button, and you'll notice I made this kind of oval shaped. Because the thing is, when you have a circle and you're looking at it from the side, this is just a circle, right? This is a palette that I have. When you look at it from the side or from the front, it looks like a circle. But when you start looking at it from a tilted angle, like you would be if you were laying on the ground, you'll notice that it looks actually more like an oval. So what I'm going to do, instead of drawing circles, that's kind of why I made my eyes oval too. I'm going to draw an oval here. That's my smallest one. Now I'm going to draw a medium-sized oval and a large oval. Now, I would like you to have at least a small, a medium, and a large. If you want to keep going down the paper all the way to the bottom, that's up to you. But remember the rule, they're going to keep getting bigger and bigger as they go down toward the bottom. Now, I like to do arms on my snowman. How you draw yours is up to you, but I usually do stick arms when I'm building my snowman. And the nice thing about sticks is you don't have to make them the same. So maybe on this side it will look this way, but on the other side it might look completely different. Oh, this one's going to go behind my scarf. The scarf is in the front. It is overlapping my stick. All right, so for the hat, I'm going to give you a couple choices. If you would like to do a stocking hat, it's probably the easiest one to do. You just draw a shape that comes to a point. This one's kind of blowing sideways, I figure, because the wind was blowing it. And then you can color it in. Sometimes it could be blowing the other way too. Sometimes I just do a nice smooth one. And then sometimes I like to put a little puff ball on the end of that. Sometimes though, I like to do this kind of top hat on my snowman. Oh, by the way, you can also add on your snowman, you can add a little fur on there if you want to. I even made this one a little striped, which I thought was nice. If you want to know how to do this hat, I'll show you right now. It's tricky. It's not, normally if you were drawing I'll show you in the back. If I were drawing a snowman from the side, like normal, I would be drawing something like this, and usually a line and a rectangle if I were drawing a top hat. That's when you're looking at it from the side. But remember, we're laying down at the bottom and then looking up. So that changes how we see the hat. This, instead of a line for the bottom part, will become more like a disc. And this is also going to have to shrink in perspective. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my eraser back out because I remember I had this dot up here. I'm going to draw using my eraser. I could almost just make a pointy hat like that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, if you want to do this with pencil first, that's fine. Instead of a flat line, I am going to draw an oval that looks like, almost like a halo going around the snowman. And then instead of, if I wanted a witch's hat, look at, I could just do that, but I don't want a witch's hat on my snowman. I'm going to follow these eraser lines just a little bit. I don't want it to be too tall. And I'm going to match the curve that I have here and put that here. Now you can get rid of those eraser lines again and work on the shading. So I'm going to make the sides here a little bit darker. You could do this any color. I have black in my hand, so I'm going to stick with black. If you wanted to put a buckle up here or holly, you could do that, or a bow. Sometimes instead of hats, I've had some fourth graders put earmuffs on. So if that is something you're thinking about doing, that's fine with me. I always put it a little darker next to the scarecrow, or to the snowman's head and leave it a little bit darker next to him and a little bit lighter out towards the edge. I think that just helps it so you can see it better. I'll make this line a little darker too. Now, it's up to you if you feel like you need to add more snowflakes at this point. You can do that. I don't like the look of these pencil lines, so I'm going to go and cover those up with a dark color. I'm just using black because I had it in my hand, but I've sometimes used blue or dark purple to do that with. They're nice, cool colors, so if you use those colors, it does show up very nice and covers those up. If you feel like you need some texture on here, if you feel like adding something else to your picture that would go nice with this theme, you can do that. And now this doesn't seem so out of place, this carrot nose. I will show you some more that I've created. All right, I hope you've had fun creating this with me today. I would love to see all of your snowman or snow women when they're finished. If you're at home, make sure to take a picture and show me on Seesaw. I would love for you to add it to your Artsonia folder. Also, if you need help with that, let me know. And I hope you've had a great time. I'll see you next time. Bye.